doesn't do that much, but you form a fist, then, you know,
Now that's
you deal
an
more
extended
damage.
metaphor.
Yeah, there you go.
I love you, Pycat.
It's not extended. It's just a
Big
metaphor.
damage
Yes,
right
he
here.
started with the metaphor and then he
I'm a
extended
nice
it.
guy.
No, that's the same. That's the same. It's not extended.
You're a metaphor. Moving on.
Moving on to the draft of game number 2. We have got it going. It is going to be Empire once again taking Team Spirit once again, as it is game 2 of the same series we saw just now. And we are.
Come on.
Come on.
Reserve time.
Go!
Got him.
Got him.
It works.
All right. OD band, Wisp band.
No puck
Wow,
man.
no puck band. They're not scared, dude. They ain't scared.
Empire first pick puck last game. Will they do it again?
Team Spirit saying, I dare you to pick that puck again, because we're ready. We got all of our counters.
If you know you're gonna play puck mid lane, what's the best hero to counter him with, do you think? Mid. Because obviously Iceberg's Invoker didn't really do the job this time.
Yeah, I mean, and that could also potentially be because he did go Quas Wex.
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't have mind, like, it could have gone for Exhort. You have more damage, and you could push with the Forge Spirits with the Drower as well, so that was another option that they could have gone for. I didn't feel like the Quas Wex was the reason why they lost, but, you know, it's just a different approach.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of heroes. I think Death Prophet is quite good against Puck. You can pick heroes like TA because, you know, Puck doesn't really have anything to break the refraction with.
Dire team pick.
I just think a lot of heroes, like Puck is not really that hero that kind of pressures you so much.
No.
He farms and he does his thing, but so when playing against the Puck, you don't necessarily always just have to win the lane. It's just that other heroes can just outscale him as the game goes.
Okay, so
So-
you pick a hero that would also do well with the farm, but cannot
Yeah.
be shut down by puck.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Okay.
and if you want to win the lane, then you pick Viper.
There you go. Done. He's a
Okay.
countered any mid, right?
Let's not have that happen.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank
I
you.
love Viper games.
No, you don't.
We
It's
hope that won't
relaxing.
happen.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at him go.
hilarious to watch. It's so much fun.
Also,
just
perhaps
chill
if you
out.
want to really win the mid lane, then you could pick Pit Lord against the puck. And that is a superb hero that can beat any other
Who
hero
let
in the
Malk
mid
in
lane.
here? I thought we decided that Malk was an ass.
Whoa, hey. All right, let's talk about Faceless Void first pick. Team Empire going with the very strange first picks. So they're gonna. Wow. Chen makes it through. Chen's had a very good run as well.
Yes.
So many things to talk about. And the puck, you fools! You had your chance. You deserve to lose. Can't let that man on the puck, dude. He'll
Yeah.
ruin you.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last
Against
game,
the
right?
Invoker again.
Yeah, that worked out well. So well last time. Maybe the Chen is the counter to puck.
Well, I'm thinking this game, I think that they're gonna go for Exhort. I think that Iceberg is more comfortable playing the Exhort Invoker. And
Okay.
also they can push really well with the Chen, with the Forge Spirits.
Team Empire's turn
I wouldn't be
to
surprised at least if they do. But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see here.
Why do they keep banning out the Clinks? Team Spirit.
I mean, they probably watched that game where Empire played against Virtus Pro, and then they had the Faceless Void as well.
10
And
seconds remaining.
also, Bone Fletcher quite good against the Chen. He's not bad against Invoker either because he just has a lot of damage so early on. It's hard for Invoker to take him
Yeah, you
down.
can eat the creeps.
Yeah.
Almost forgot about that.
I respect your Dota 1 terminology. Can you teach me some more? Bone
Which one?
Fletcher?
Oh.
That's cool.
Wow, I don't even think
Double-headed
about
dragon? That's
it.
cool.
THD?
Twin-headed
yeah,
dragon.
SP,
Twin-headed-
SP,
SP, who's that?
Shadow Priest,
Shadow Priest.
Dazzle.
Yeah.
Dazzle.
yeah, Dazzle,
What did you used to call...
Obsidian Destroyer.
Chen was a knight.
Yeah?
Huh?
Chen, which knight was Chen?
Oh,
There was a
Wow,
knight.
good
He was a
question.
knight, right?
Holy Knight?
Holy knight. It's
Yeah.
maybe.
Dire
Wow. This is fun. Okay, Oracle coming out.
Sorry.
turn to pick.
I'm not saying... It was actually interesting to me. I never knew about Dota 1. Okay? These kind of nicknames are cool. I want to run some Lothars on my
Yeah.
Furion, you know?
I miss Lothars. It
Yeah?
was a good name.
That is a good name. It's a little better than Shadow Blade.
I do like that Daedalus got changed from.
Daedalus. Yeah.
It was
You think so?
Bariza?
Bariza was so good.
The
and
hell was that?
icon,
A
Bariza?
the icon for Bariza, that was the crit.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
so nice.
What was it?
It was like a yellow kind of. Was it
I think
a
it
sword?
was the sword.
or I can't remember.
Sword with
It
the
was really
red
cool, at
knob on
least.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run my Lothar's Furion build with my Bariza.
Yeah,
guys.
man.
Sweet. I'm
Now
a
you're
Dota
talking.
hipster. I'm
Yeah.
into it.
Back in the days where you could buy the Aegis, you
Ooh.
had 3 charges.
Really?
Yeah.
An Ankh.
Yeah. But if you
boy.
died 3 times, you couldn't drop it.
What?
Yeah, so it was there in your inventory.
Shoot, man. That's more OP than Puck.
Dota was a weird game.
That was a weird.
I actually never got to the point where you couldn't drop it.
Oh, really?
No, I lost a lot of games in that one. I never knew that. I did play Ricky a lot with the Death Ward. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
That's long ago.
Yeah, that was
really
very long
ancient.
ago.
Ancient
I am
dodos.
ancient,
Yeah.
guys.
Gotcha. All right.
Thank you.
Picked up, and who's gonna be our next pick here? I don't know. I mean, these are pretty standard guys. How do you hard counter a Invoker, Oracle, and Chen? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we see Team Spirit good bands here coming out. Both the Witch Doctor and the Bone Fletcher are the Clinks.
Yep.
Heroes that we've seen from Empire run with this Cyber lineup. And yeah, okay, Enchantress kind of makes sense. It's good against the Chen early on. There's also another range hero that can deal damage in the Chronosphere. He can help the Void in his lane, so...
I do love watching the Enchantress versus Chan. I like to see them steal each other's creeps. That always, for some reason, that gets me going, man. That's...
I kind of
Yeah.
feel like Enchantress always ends up winning. Because let's say Chen starts with a creep.
Yeah.
Enchantress takes the creep over, all of a sudden the creep gets a duration.
Yeah.
Chen takes over the creep.
Team
But then
Empire's
Enchantress can
turn
take it
to
back
pick.
faster, I think, than Chen can.
Wow.
I think
I'm
Chen-
not
I
a
think
Chen
Enchantress
or
wins in
Enchantress
terms of
player,
that,
so
though.
I couldn't tell you.
The creeps are definitely happier under Chen, though.
Yeah,
Than
they get
Enchantress.
HP from
Don't
Chen.
they don't
They
get
don't
the,
have
they
to
still
die.
have the duration when Chen takes them over?
I don't think so.
Do they still time out?
He keeps.
Wow.
He keeps them, doesn't
Uh,
he? Indefinitely.
I don't know. Can we call
Expert,
Ake or
please.
Puppy or someone and just,
No.
ask a couple
No.
of questions about Chen?
Okay,
Gyro
what are we
Copter.
gonna see last picked here? We have a carry missing for Team Spirit, and we have a secondary support missing for Empire. What do you think for Team Spirit? First them.
Team Spirit could be, I don't know if it's gonna be some Ursa or Sven potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say Team Empire,
10 seconds
secondary support. They want a range hero. Maybe
seconds
Venge
Venge is,
or
Rubik?
Bane
What
is
about
an option. Rubik.
Bane is the band out, by the way, last band.
Reserve time.
Okay, yeah. Didn't see that.
Yeah, it's kind of tiny. What, Rubik?
Yeah, Rubik.
Okay.
Potentially. I mean, we don't
You
see him
can
that
steal
often anymore.
Ravage.
You
Come
can't
on.
steal it. Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
I want to steal Ravage. And there's gonna be a
Slark.
Slark.
Okay.
Malarkey.
Team Empire's
Nice.
turn to pick.
Maybe even Lion.
Oh,
an
Lion is still in
option.
as well, yeah.
Lion, Venge, something along those lines. They could pick something with a bit more AoE, some Winter Wyvern perhaps.
Yeah,
Winter
Something
Wyvern.
dealing with the push a little bit.
What about Jakiro?
No. Please, no.
Show me Jakiro.
Survey said? Is
No.
Enigma bad
Survey
here?
says no.
Is Enigma bad?
Oh.
I mean, they already have the Enchantress in the
Yeah.
jungle, so it's
Ten
rather
Be a
unlikely.
laning
I think.
Enchantress, dude. You never
laning
know.
Nah, it will be laning Void.
Whatever.
It's the Void.
She could.
remaining.
Void
Do you
could
want
just get an
someone that
Iron
can help
Talon.
shut down Invoker? Like, does the support need to be able to rotate a lot? Or are you gonna just have him sit in the lane with the Gyrocopter?
I think it's probably gonna be a hero with the Gyrocopter zoning out the Tidehunter.
How
I'm thinking
about-
Rubik. Come
Rubik, man.
on, Rubik.
What about Doxy?
Which supports are we forgetting here?
I feel like
Oh.
there are not that many. It's
Yeah, to deal with the Chen is what I'm trying to think
yeah.
of. the
I mean,
most.
I think they wanted the Witch Doctor, potentially Maiden, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be the Lighten.
Safe stuff.
Yeah.
Standard stuff on the Lion pick.
Okay, guys, who do you
Could've
think
been
is gonna
a
win?
great Rubik game.
Who is going to win?
Here's the question.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't like seeing Slark win.
Yeah.
Okay, is it
Yeah, I don't
personal
know.
vendetta?
I don't know. It's just the hero. Like, it's not fun playing with or against Slark. I don't know. I just don't like having the hero in the game.
What
Okay.
are you talking about?
Wow.
He's just
So
a
you're-
sneaky little
you're-
fish, and he just runs around and steals people's stats.
We
Not
yeah.
nice.
little fish.
He's a wait. Slark reminds me of OD Pixel. I like him. He's a little guy trying to make his way in the world. You know, stealing hearts and stabbing folks.
Okay, so you're anti-Slark, you're pro-Slark. You're thinking that it's gonna be Team Spirit. You think it's gonna be Empire? Is that simple?
No, God no. I'm on Empire. That puck, you can't bet against it.
Can you bet against it?
I'm betting against the Slark.
Against
There
the
we
Slark.
go.
So you're both on Team Empire's
There we go.
party. Okay, we're gonna find out what our commentators think. It is time for the second game: Team Spirit versus Team Empire with OD Pixel and Rascal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DreamLeague's caster panel. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here with Draskell. We're ready to take you through Game 2 of the first series of the day. It is once more Empire versus Team Spirit. The action has begun, so let's shoot ourselves straight in. And here we have it, Andy. Once again, some similarities from Game 1. Scandal again on his puck, and Iceberg on the Invoker. The question is, this game of Team Spirit going to try something similar to what they did in Game 1. It didn't work out. Surely we're not going to see the Quaswex Invoker again.
Nah, he's already XOR. He's got the points into it. So I think that the Slark is more a solidification of late game, which is what Team Spirit kind of lacked in Game 1, because Drow in that lineup just doesn't really translate well past the 30-minute mark. So I'm glad to see them change it up a bit. They still have the lineup that can pressure. They have good team fight. It's much more well-rounded, which I think is more Team Spirit's playstyle. They have a lot of options instead of basically just saying, okay, we need to push, and if by 25 minutes we haven't gone high ground, then our lineup just kind of stinks. So I'm happy to see them put themselves in a situation where they can actually do more than one thing.
No, they didn't. I mean, I think he'll be alright here, but he did put his first point into Essence Shift. I mean, that is going to allow him to mind fight a little bit. Afterlife's got the time warp. Will get himself out of there. But as you say, you feel a little bit more confident for Spirit's lineup going into this one, thanks to the fact that they have got that slot. You feel that one pick is just, it's much better than it just compared to Drow. It just opens up a lot more opportunities in terms of ways of winning the game.
Not just that, but just the heroes that they've picked for individual players. As the stats just showed, Illidan, this is one of his best heroes. He plays a ton of Slark all the time, very experienced in the hero. Goblak, I would dare say, besides like his Treant, Chen is probably his best hero. And then Iceberg on Extra Invoker instead of Quaswex, which Pycat was even saying between games, that this is probably what he's more comfortable with. So even just in the sense that your players are on heroes that they are better with, should give you a better chance of winning the game as well.
We should see how our offlaners do. Obviously, Afterlife didn't have a great start on the lane on his Tide in the first game, but it didn't matter as it transcended to the end, and he was hitting those big team fight ultimates. So we'll see if the situation is going to be the same this game. And Tidehunter, of course, changing hands. We're going to be seeing Funnick playing the old watermelon, and we'll also see how well he does against this lane. I mean, Lion and Jaro, you still got to be careful even as a Tidehunter, haven't you?
Yeah, you can lose your mana, and then if you get, you know, chain stun, you get Hex, you eat a Rocket Barrage or two, you might have to go back to base. I don't think he'll die down here, but just trying to trade a little bit with King R, make him use his regen and whatnot, but the lane shouldn't be too bad.
Mid lane, we're seeing Goblak coming in for a rotation. You talked about Goblak, the skill he has on this Chen, and already we're seeing a lot of pressure being put on the mid lane. Miposhka was there though, just in case Team Spirit tried to go for more. And top lane, Afterlife, got to be a little bit careful, and well, he's already used his time walk. Illidan jumping forward. This looks to be your first blood. One more touch will do it. And Afterlife, it seems to unfortunately becoming a bit of a pattern, giving away first blood there to the opposition.
Yeah, just a little bit too far up there, not able to retreat far enough behind the tower. No TP reaction either. No one on Empire was quite ready for that kind of aggression, so looks like he will be dropping, and I guess the Void in this game doesn't need a ton of items. It's always nice to be able to get a lot of farm on your off lane, but Afterlife really only needs to be there to throw out a Chronosphere. They have so much damage inside of his ultimate that even if he doesn't have a great early game, he can play like he did on Tide in game 1. Just make sure you hit your ulti, and then you're good to go.
In the jungle, Miposhka's greediness might get punished here. So rotation from Always Want to Fly, setting this one up, and well, Sunstrike not even needed, as Team Spirit able to punish that one. At the same time, bottom lane, Empire looking for Funnick, this time the control, and it's going to be enough. They're taking themselves down the kill, they're getting themselves on the board. 2-1 at the moment, but got to note that indeed Mr. Stalliona having a great time on this lane, 16-12, and did manage to get himself involved in that kill.
He always seems to have more or less free farm in every lane. It's kind of weird how we're deviating away from pressuring the off lane a lot just because of the resurgence of jungle heroes. So in the previous patch, since Chen and Enchantress weren't picked a whole lot, you saw a lot of these dual off lanes that just made safe lane an awful place to be. And more often than not, the safe lane became the off lane in terms of farm. And that's why we saw so many farm-oriented offlaners in that patch as well. But we're getting farther and farther away from that, I feel, as time stretches on. So we're now back to like picking the heroes that can jungle and offlane at the same time, like Tidehunter and such. Just interesting to see how the game develops every patch. But top lane.
Yep, Illidan trying for a kill. He's going to have the setup onto Miposhka, and that's got that pounce, but the bash is coming through. Illidan's going to be careful now with time dilation. He does have to run Afterlife, moving forward with the time walk. If he can find this kill, the team are going to love him, but it looks like the movement speed
Yeah, he's 5 short.
Isn't going to favour Afterlife there. And now he's rather deep. He should be fine though. He's just got to walk past. Always want to fly. In fact, he'll give him a few punches on the way
Bottom lane
by.
again.
And indeed, Bonnet caught out again by the stun of the line. And we said it earlier, it was going to be a tricky lane for the Tide. There is kill potential between these two heroes, and showing it again.
I didn't expect him to die twice. I thought maybe, you know, if he gets out of position, he can die once, but 2 times is kind of crazy. It's also because of his starting items. Like, he didn't go for the Talon build, he went for boots. So his item progression means that he can't actually go to the jungle. So he's forced to come back to lane until he gets enough to be able to either buy an Iron Talon or, you know, maybe get the early arcane. So maybe starting build-wise, this wasn't the best option, because it really means that he can only sit here. He doesn't have any plan B.
In top lane, looks like we might see a bit of action going off there as Sunstrike beautifully placed onto Miposhka.
The double golem, man. That's OP.
And more than enough stuns to hold him in position. I mean, this game 3 for 2. It's looking like a favourable start though for the side of Empire. I mean, you look at Illidan's farm and it's not great. 13 for 5 against the 32 for 26 of the Gyrocopter.
They're just prioritizing pressuring the offlane way more. That's really what it boils down to. Like, the thing with Slark is he's a very weak laner. Not good in a 1v1, not good in a 2v2 in most cases. And that means that Gobbleck has to spend a majority of his time up here. He's not helping Mid that much. He pretty much can't go bottom. Because even if he does, I mean, yeah, okay, maybe you kill King R, but big deal. It's not really going to matter too much. He has to be up here to make sure that Illidan starts to get some kind of income. But because of that, it takes a lot of pressure off the safe lane and the mid of Empire.
Top lane, Illidan will jump forward, but Afterlife, Time walks himself away, it's going to be fine. Mid lane, a rotation from King R, making the move onto Iceberg. Scannel moves in as well, they'll get the kill. Invoker down, nice movement from the Lion.
Oh, Scandal! 7 HP.
That was a wow.
Wow! He's got phase shift up, he's going to use it soon.
And he's out. Oh, screw you, Bounty Rune. Screw you. But 3-3 at the moment, and the farm game's still prioritizing Empire. We're just going to have to see what they can indeed pull off once again with Mr. Stalliona on that Gyrocopter and this kind of start that he's getting.
What do you think about the Stalliona name instead of Ramses?
I
don't
prefer
like Ramses more. Yeah.
Ramses is more
we should make like
easier to say.
a petition. Don't change your name. Ramses is a good name.
Is that even a word, Stalliona?
There was a pro player like a year or 2 ago, maybe longer, that actually used the same name. I'm not sure if it was him.
Well, a year or 2 ago, Ramses would have been like 13, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's really young. That's why I'm
very young.
I'm actually not even sure if it was him, because that's how young he is.
Kids these days. Yeah, interesting to note that matchup.
Yeah, looks like Chen has the advantage.
Yeah, favourable for Chen. I mean, would you expect that? Is there a reason why Chen
I think it's
has
because
that win over the Ench?
the Chen teams typically want to push really early, where Ench can make a kind of mid to late game transition. See a coil kind of wasted here in middle lane, but I think it's more because of the pace of the game is why Chen has the higher win rate. I think Chen is better in quick tempo matches because he's just a mech carrier. He synergizes really well with push lineups, and you just end the game. And I think that's kind of more meta right now than going past like 30 to 40 minutes, where Enchantress is probably better than a Chen at that stage in the game. But I guess you could argue either way. Chen's probably more stable of a hero, I would say, overall.
That's all on Illidan. It's now starting to catch up a bit in terms of the farm. Afterlife has got that level 6 though. He is ready with a chrono if anyone ever comes up for a rotation. And they want to try and go for a bit of action onto the Slark. The bottom lane is still funny. He's actually trouble it. We'll juke out the cooldown and that might just save his life. I mean, Ramses, I say that, but this damage, it's more than enough. And now with the Hexons always want to fly, they're going to be able to go for a second kill. And they're going to get it. Double kill for Jaro.
He gets the last hit as well.
Beautiful 10 seconds of play there for the Jaro.
That is disastrous, actually.
Suddenly, 4.8k net worth. Top lane Afterlife, he chronos up Illidan. Scannel comes forward with the silence as well and drops the Dream Coil. But Illidan, he gets off the ult. Afterlife's got to run. Scannel, can he finish this one off? Yep. The actual Dream Coil stun coming from Illidan as he steps too far away. And
that was like half a second away from not like snapping that way. That would have been.
My goodness. I mean, that last 30 seconds of play has just been like for spirit.
That was not so great. I'm not really sure what the game plan is going to be if you fall this far behind. Empire's 5-man is still very good.
Yeah.
They drafted something a little bit similar to what they did in game 1, probably not to the same extreme, because they don't have Tidehunter. I see Ravage as a better teamfight utility really early on than Chronosphere, because it does its own damage, and it's also a very wide AoE, and you can kind of group up around it. But Void functions very similar in that regard. Empire just seemed to be kind of rolling today. I really expected the series to go 1-1. I did not think that Empire would be in a position to go 2-0.
Yeah, this is... They really woke up on a... sort of a different team today compared to yesterday. As Empire just... There were some absolutely horrendous games for them yesterday.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy
yeah.
to see how a team can improve from a day-to-day basis, and just what a better mentality can do for you in this position. And obviously Scandal's puck.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they're getting it from as often as they can. And mid lane, well, Dream Coil and cooldown. There's no hope for the Invoker. And maybe, in fact, Always Wanna Fly is going to get taken down as well. It's going to be 1 kill for the Gyro. He's going to find himself the second again. I mean, this Gyro, 4-0-2, 75 CS as well at 10 minutes in.
This game is getting real tough real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is...
In general, I don't think that Oracle is really that good against Ench, because Oracle doesn't stop any of the impetus damage, even when you use the W skill. I forget the name. Fate's Edict. Yeah, when you use Fate's Edict on a hero, it doesn't stop her damage. You're not really good at dealing with the creeps either, and you can't really ever use Fate's Edict on Ench because she's standing so far away, and in order to disarm her, you have to put yourself in a very unfavorable position. So I feel like that matchup is really bad. And then you have this weak save play.
Oilers instead.
Oh, yeah.
Chrono and cooldown. I mean, the rotation there from Ramses.
They're actually playing so freaking well today.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is the kind of Empire that we're going to be seeing for the rest of DreamLeague, I could very easily see them making a comeback in the standings.
It just, yeah, it's second game in a row that they're keeping on form. It's just, you got to think back to yesterday where it really was a bit of a mess. So we've got to see if they're able to keep this level of play up. But I mean, as of today, it's looking very hopeful.
We're going to need to see some kind of action out of Team Spirit soon, or they're just going to start falling way too far behind. Like, this is going to be the 3rd tier 1 in a row that is going to be sieged down. And every single time the Empire get a tier 1, they also get core kills. So, like, they killed Funnick, got a tier 1. Killed the Invoker, got a tier 1. Killed Illidan, going to get a tier 1, pretty much. This one will actually be denied, which is obviously good for Spirit, but the damage has been done.
I mean, Empire, they're ready to fight him.
Oh, Puck has Blink, yeah.
They're very much ready to fight. And oh, Illidan, if he walks into this, which he will, I mean, he's trying to go on the Puck, but Puck will get himself out. Empire, maybe a little bit too scared about sticking around for this one. You've got King R hiding the tree line. Are they going to try and go back in? Yeah, with the TP from the Ench, they're ready to commit to a fight. As you said, Blink Dream Cold could be huge. Finger, oh! Illidan immediately bursted down there by Scandal and King R.
Didn't even have time to use Shadow Dance, he just exploded.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but this is one of the weaknesses of Slark as a hero.
Yeah, the stat gain isn't great.
Early Blink initiation and an AoE silence too. That's the most important thing about him. You know, you see like these AAs and Earthshakers, Pucks that are commonly seen
Look at Kia, he's just casually walking over, ready to initiate. They get the Dream Coil onto 2. Ravage will come through from Funnick. They're looking for the kill on Scan, and they will find the Puck, but now the cooldown. The slow connection to Go Black and Iceberg. They'll pop the hand of Go, but Go Black still going to be the one to go down. It's an unstoppable kill streak here for the Gyrocopter. And I mean, look, Empire, they're ready to go for more. Afterlife, he's got Chrono in 3 seconds. 2, 1. Does he do it?
There's no
Does he do it? He's thinking about it. We'll drop it. I mean, they'll get the kill onto Illidan. And now, I mean, Ramses, he's ready to go for more. There's a Hex onto Funnick. It's going to be another kill for the Gyrocopter. Now they've got their eyes onto Iceberg. With the impetus flying through, it'll force him back. He's got the Ghost Walk. But this Gyro is so damn fat. 8.3k net worth. He's nearly double that of the Invoker. He's way over double that of Illidan's Slark. This is quite a performance once again from Empire.
This is just a beatdown, actually. Like, the first game, I felt like Empire were ahead for quite a long time, but this game is just, they're outplaying Team Spirit so badly. Like, these engagements, they have a Chronosphere, they can kill the Slark inside of it. The Shadow Dance hasn't been used like 2 or 3 times, I think, that he's died. He's not even been able to ult. He just gets 100 to 0'd in Disable, or gets blown up and 1 second. And Slark is just not built to deal with that.
Oh, and this man is a dead man. Always want to fly. Caught out by the cooldown slow. He'll pop his magical spells. It's not going to keep him alive.
Yeah.
And Scandal, he might even look for Gold Bucket. He pops the orb up. He's got a Dream Coil.
He's got a DD as well.
He can go for this one.
Oh, he
Just
doesn't even
jumps
need the
in.
coil. I think he just kills him anyway. Yep. Alrighty then.
I mean, we were talking about on the way here where we're going to have another quick day, and if the games are like this,
Honestly, this is extremely impressive play from Empire.
Really clean.
I feel like Team Spirit probably just aren't having a good day as well, so it makes it seem, even more lopsided in their favor. But I'm just very impressed with what
They
Empire
jump
have
it
done.
forward here. They'll drop the coil on to always want to fly. Silence as well. They're just getting the kills when they can. I mean, he will buy himself some time with a false promise. And that'll probably be enough to kill him alive. I don't think they got enough damage down. No, they didn't.
Radiant structures.
So Oracle will be fine. They'll look to play it safe though, Empire. They'll just go for Roche. And I mean, even Void, he's just less than 1500 away from having an Axe. And when you've got that amount of frequency of these Chronospheres, it's going to be easy fights for Empire.
I wonder if he actually opts to finish Vlads before buying the full Aghanims. Alright, well, this could be a good fight for Spirit. There's no
They
coil.
could get a big Ravage.
Yeah,
But look at the positioning. Void's keeping himself out of this, and he's got a Chronosphere in, and now Ramses. He's ready to front line. The Ravage comes through. They'll kill the line. Afterlife, he has been stunned. He's looking for a Chrono. Gets it onto 3, but Empire, they focus down the Slark first. Now, here comes Ramses back into the fight. Bunnick's going to fall very shortly by the looks of it. It's already a double kill for the Gyro. They've cleaned up 4. It's an absolute mess for Spirit. It was a nice Ravage. They did find at least 1 kill, but again, the turnaround was always going to be there with a Chronosphere and the amount of damage that this Gyro is doing.
Man, that was really, really good.
Yeah, I said it at the start of this game, at the start of the day. I was home to see Afterlife step in his play, and it's a totally different Afterlife. We're in a different Afterlife. Yesterday's Afterlife was hell, and this Afterlife's heaven.
Well, he went to the Afterlife yesterday.
He did.
He matched his name yesterday.
He
now
sold his
he's
soul.
the opposite. Yeah.
And now it's a totally different performance.
I mean, there are no outer 2 towers left. We see the dynamic of how this game played out. This is what I expected in game 1, but in favor of Spirit.
Oh, look at that. They did manage to steal a TP scroll.
Nice.
Nice.
Well played, well played.
Yeah, where you at now, Ramses? Yeah, that's right. We've got your TP.
Nice, nice gold.
Absolutely wrecked.
Yep. I'm not sure what Team Spirit are gonna... Wow. This is literally the worst game they've ever had, apparently.
Damn. Look at that network. This is the worst game that a lot of teams would have had with that kind of stat. That is quite something.
So 15,000 net worth at 15 minutes basically means that your team is getting 200 GPM a hero.
I mean,
think of how bad that sounds, right? 200 GPM.
Yeah, look at that. You're bang on. It's very close to that. Your Lion has nearly got the same GPM as Illidan Slark. And this is Illidan Slark. This is a hero he's very familiar with. I mean, this just goes to show that whatever the team had planned, it's just not worked at all. And they're not being able to play around their picks at all this game.
Their safe lane was just too greedy. I think that Slark is really good if you can have somebody make space.
Oh, Gold Black and Iceberg caught out. The Chrono from Afterlife's perfect. They're catching the other 2 on the sidelines. 2 are dead. It's going to be funny to fall as well as he gets bashed out. Triple kill for Ramses.
Jesus.
There'll be a buyback from this Invoker, but he cancels his TP trend. GG is called. It's all too much for Team Spirit and Empire today. 2-0. They are absolutely striking back after a mediocre, to say the least, performance yesterday. 2-0ing Team Spirit. I think anyone who watched the games yesterday would not have been able to just call a performance like this. This was...
Honestly, I think we should just, change the rating on the stream to rated R, because I'm pretty sure what Empire just did to them is illegal in a lot of places.
Yeah, I've seen a few videos, and I can confirm.
Oh man, that was actually just rough to watch. But as I was saying, it's a lot to do with the fact that the safe laner from Spirit was a bit greedy. They needed something else that didn't need as much attention, because you have this